popping off that Ravage.
Ooh, all right.
Okay.
Jakiro.
So it does look like you said it's either going to be that 3 or 2 Leshrac. Jakiro, I don't. This hero, it's still so. I feel like he is good, but if like you have a bad laning stage and your skill build is like 2-2-2, all of a sudden you're like, man, I'm not getting any experience. I'm not doing anything anywhere. He's definitely like a feast or famine 5, which is rare.
The same as like anti-apparition though, right? Like if there's
AA gets his GPM talent a lot sooner than
That's true.
Jakiro, though, and I think that is a big deal for 5s.
Yeah, but Jakiro has 2 zoning abilities,
Yeah.
Ice Path and his ulti, so he can control where they want to fight.
That's true. And if you do, I know we're talking going light, but one of his level 25 talents that, oh man, the macro pyre goes through or whatever.
magic
it's
immunity.
A lot,
Yeah.
I'll take
Or the Ice Path
Path.
extra, yeah. They're both insanely good.
Yeah, and also, you know, the fact that Jakiro can actually push out creep waves
Yep.
as compared to like an
And
ancient
push towers.
apparition.
They
And
do have a lot of
towers.
towers. You have a
Yeah.
Leshrac, you have a Jakiro, you have a Wraith King.
like
You do
it.
have a lot of stuff that just, if they don't want to group up as 5 like EgoBoys wants them to, they can just push towers elsewhere. Would you, okay, what about AM now, Lacoste? You see 4 heroes, do you still like it or do you think it's greedy still? Well, they do troll. Okay.
That is a tomato favorite right there too.
Yeah. He plays. Tomato's a very standard core, like position 1 player, because right, he plays the troll, he plays the more. He doesn't like do much unconventional lifestealer and stuff. He just
He
only
played
plays
Faceless
that.
Void
Did he?
yesterday.
Really?
Yeah.
How
It
was
was
it?
not very effective.
Okay. That hero is just not.
It's
I
just
don't know,
about
man.
the hero. Yeah, you
Yeah.
hit a chrono if your team is not around. Also, he played into the silencer, so if he uses a chrono, he's just gonna global after, and they will deal no damage,
Yeah.
especially in the early mid game until they have BKBs.
Okay. So I like it now. At least you have someone who can farm the jungle, can push as well. You can kind of group up. EgoBoys does have a very strong, like, well, not 5 men. They only have 4 people, but a very strong, like, we're going to group up as 4 right now, and they obviously can add a 5th hero to that.
I think the Tiny is going to be pretty scary, just the fact that, you know, he's constantly going to be wandering around the map the whole time. And we've seen that happen, like, in several cases where he starts off with a really nice couple pickoffs and just keeps on trucking. But the other thing I'm concerned about, like we talked about, is the fact that, you know, Ancient Apparition and Tidehunter, those level 1 ultis, very high cooldown, and once you've used them, they're just going to go right back in. They're very scrappy on the
Yeah.
side of Infamous
I mean,
Gaming.
they're big. Obviously, Wraith King has the longest cooldown in this game, but you look at the other 3, yeah, very, very low cooldowns. No one really cares. They just want to run at you. I'm only worried about the Tiny because who does he kill at like level 1 and 2? Jakiro is the highest like strength gain intelligence hero besides maybe Ogre. I don't know. Nyx Assassin, insanely high armor. You're not really going to kill. It's pretty much only Leshrac he can kill early.
Yeah.
And if it's a core lash, he will have that
He will.
HP.
Exactly. Oh, the Matthew Tusk. That means it is going to
It's
be
a
a core Tiny.
Mid-Tiny.
Yes.
How do we feel about this?
You know, it's you talked about how you kind of want to see a tempo control in Infamous. Tiny, if he gets a good laning phase, he is a very big tempo controller because he'll one-shot everyone but this Wraith King pretty much.
Is that scary, though? I feel like Tiny can be countered in mid really easily.
Queen of Pain's still in the pool if they want to go for it. More burst, some pure damage against the
Yeah.
Tide, control against Troll with the item that she builds.
And they could always mix it up, right? If it's a really, really bad counter here, Troll can go middle.
Sure.
Trolls can definitely just
And
head over there.
Tomato used to play mid all the time,
Yes.
too. So
He knows the ins and outs, you know, the
Indeed.
creep management, whatever you want to call it. I'm excited. We just talked about the Matthew Tusk, and we haven't like seen it at all this tournament, and now we get to see the big boy himself.
You know what, Grant? What about some Storm Spirit, huh?
You know,
It always
this
feel
game-
much for
dude,
lockdown.
it's besides Tiny, it feels pretty good, honestly. Do it. Let's go. I actually like it. It's a tempo control. You get to that level 6. You're always going to have like a Nyx with you, so you have that +1 already. I like it. And it gives you someone else to go late game against the Troll, because Wraith King versus Troll isn't always the best for Wraith King.
what about oh, okay, never mind. I was gonna say an OD, but it just was banned because then you can just throw Troll in that bubble.
Besides Storm, I mean, obviously Leshrac versus Tiny, isn't that decent? No, is that? How does that go middle? I know you're not a mid player, Lacoste. Whenever I ask you these, but who would you say you think wins that?
Well, Lash, but depends on the rotations as well. I mean, Tiny is not as strong as he was before because of the nerfs to his tree grab, but he still does fine. Also, he wants to go for a bottle, so someone needs to check the runes for him.
And that's the one good thing about having a Tusk, right? You have like the best rotator in this game. I mean, Nyx can rotate, but Tusk, all it takes, 1 ice shards, 1 snowball, you're dead middle. Let's see. Monkey King.
Okay.
That's very good versus all 3 cores, I guess. 3
Yeah.
melee cores. He is going to have a decent game here. Dang. I wanted to like EgoBoys draft because it is a middle Tiny, and I know he plays it well, but I just like the overall. That's like Infamous games.
Yeah.
It's not
I
that
think
bad of a matchup, Tiny against Monkey King, because if Monkey's running low, he's gonna try to man up, man fight you, and Tiny can blow you up so easily, especially if Tusk makes a rotation at the exact moment. So it's good. It's better, of course, for Monkey King, but man, look at those matchups.
Yeah.
A lot of stuns. This is gonna be a hype game, no matter what.
It's gonna be a lot of murder, I have a feeling, early on.
Actually, now I'm going with it. I'm gonna say EgoBoys takes this first game. I think Tiny will actually end up having a reasonably decent laning phase. He's gonna be able to get an early blink, maybe treads. I know he likes going treads into blink, and he's just gonna roam around. He's gonna start dumpstering everyone. Benjaz get a completely free farm on Tide, and you're not gonna be able to kill him when they 5-man you. Good luck.
All right, so we got one vote for EgoBoys. What about you, Mr.
I'm gonna go
Wilkins?
with Infamous. I'm not a big fan of mid Tiny. I think this hero needs to have a great laning stage so he can snowball. Also, not a big fan of a Tide Hunter in this game.
Okay.
Moxie?
I'm going with Infamous. I'm going with
Okay.
it. They got Hector playing his Wraith King there. Chris Luck playing the Monkey King.
Ooh,
And,
only 3 out of 20 MVPs, though. I don't know if that changes your guys' mind at all, but
No.
it's whatever.
No.
And there's the bad. Oh, dude, I want to see his win-loss on Tusk. I actually do.
Look at this. 2 victories predicted in a row.
That's not
Man, I
bad.
never had that.
Lacoste has 7 losses predicted in a row. What if you could predict your losses? That'd be the best. Like
That would just be so demoralizing, though, because you get into the game and we lost, just predicted a loss immediately. Nah, guys.
All right. Looks like they're going to rotate 4 bottom. Looks like both teams are pretty much just going to try to dominate 2 runes. We're not going to see any rune fights. They are going to smoke, though. We rarely see smokes anymore.
Bye.
Bye, Lacoste. We love you.
Said no one ever. No, just kidding. We actually do love him. No, I'm just excited to see Tusky, and I really do find this hero enjoyable. I think him and Tiny are very similar in the 4 role that you can actually get kills at level 1 and 2, and it's nice.
Smoke has broken as the Monkey King has turned himself into his little courier.
Yep. Your least favorite one?
No, my least favorite one is the Speed Demon.
Yes, I agree with that.
That one is
garbage.
terrifying as he, before you upgrade it and the way that he runs is just terrifying. One of the teams had it and they named it Formaggio and they only used to bust it out whenever I was casting their games. It was... Thanks, guys.
This AA, that's gonna be the biggest thing. I've been curious to see how AAs have been building. You'll sometimes see 1-1-4. I've even seen 2-4-1. AAs just have very weird builds because they don't get that much experience. They have no creep clear. They have nothing like that. So AA, it's a saying you can't waste a skill point on that hero. Well, you can, and then you lose, but you don't want to do that.
All right, looks like they should be able to grab themselves a few runes here. A little bit of scuffling on top lane, but I don't think we're going to see too much, although Schofield does take some of those axes.
Shards.
And they do have the shards, like you said. Cold fingers, chilly fingers, all that fun stuff, but they'll turn it back around to Motto now. Sitting a little bit low, Schofield trying to run himself away.
Uh-oh.
Which one's going to fall? Which one first is the question, you know? Whisper's pretty low, Tomato's pretty low. They're trying to get that stun, they'll be able to land it. Oh, Tomato, is this going to be our first blood? And indeed it is, although Schofield could be our second blood if he's not careful. Oh, Matthew almost got him.
Yeah. Nyx is the worst here to go on. 4 armor at level 1 and 4 regen without even needing a tango. He just gets a free ring of health at level 1. It's really good. That's a huge trade for Infamous.
He's got to be feeling good about that.
Yeah. And the biggest thing, why did he's killing ice shards when you're in a tri-lane? Tag team is, I'm almost positive you're supposed to get that, but now he's kind of trapped because they're not going to get any levels since it's a tri-lane, and you don't have that bonus damage of tag team anymore. This really hurts their lane.
Do you think maybe he misskilled or perhaps?
I don't think. You definitely don't miss skill on a hero. I think he thought he could get a trap on a solo hero, and he couldn't, and, well, he's going to try now.
Again, it's that Nyx assassin. Nice
double
little...
stun. Yeah, you can't.
2 in 1.
Look at his armor and regents. It's so good.
Oh, and as that happens, well, bottom lane, a rotation coming out from Stinger. They take down Benjaz, so Infamous Gaming off for a great start.
Yeah,
Again, though, kills before the 10-minute mark don't really mean too much.
It just hurts because Benjaz, a Tide Hunter, you think you're in a 1v1 lane. You're like, this is so easy versus Wraith King. And then just Jakir comes down, you're like, uh-oh, I'm going to have a bad lane now.
Top lane, they go and they find a kill onto Ryzen Min. Infamous. They are just...
Playing really, really well, yeah.
Yeah.
This is kind of what we expected, right? You look at their lineup, they have as we said, the small, scrappy kind of stuff. They're always going to have the stuns in lane, the slows in lane. And until you have those level 6s on EgoBoys, it doesn't feel like you can do very much. There's a regen top. Doesn't look like either of the middles truly need it. We'll see if someone wants to do something about it.
I'm interested to see how this middle lane's going, because it seems that it's fairly evenly matched, although we do have more denies on the Monkey King, obviously.
Yeah, I think this should be pretty well for the Monkey King. Obviously, you want to watch out. It could just be a toss under tower and the ice shards. You will just be guaranteed dead.
True.
So as long as he watches out, as long as they always warn him when Tusk is missing, he should be okay middle.
Do you think that we'll see them really do that big of a rotation? Because it feels like they're trying to really secure Tomato Farm here, especially with like these deaths coming out.
Oh man, it's gonna be tough. Even Scopia, he's just using stuns to get melee creep, denies and stuff on Tomato. They're just super min-maxing on Radiant.
Chris Luck, maybe you pushed your luck a little bit too far, my friend.
Bottom as well, Benjaz.
Oh boy, the dive is real. Can they finish up over onto Benjaz? They cancel out the TP. What?
He's trying to eat his way. Can he make it? Health potion. He should live.
Oh yeah, I think you probably want to back off now. So.
Nice play there, and what do you know? Leo style does get a kill. That's what we talked about. Monkey King should dominate the lane, but if you man up against the Tiny, it's very, very difficult.
Do you see a rotation this time coming around from Schofield, but it's going to head right back up to that top lane. What? They're still going down here. Look at this
Really
sticker.
are.
They went and they placed a ward because they want to be able to
Tanker
keep
ward.
an eye on this big old watermelon. Top lane.
I really like that. I mean, that ward's always good. Like, you see it a lot in late game, but early game, now they'll see the like, if someone TP's into that tree line, more than likely you'll see him. It's a nice ward to have early.
Yeah, it's not something that I see fairly often that early either.
No, it is very rare to place it this early. And because, right, if no one TP's down here, it's literally a waste of gold. That's one of the big things.
Schofield. This is going to proc. There's going to be the snowball. This should be a kill. Ryzen cleaning up over here.
Interesting. Matthew's just, I assume he'll get tagged 2 mid 3. Maybe he won't. He's just pretty much ignoring the skill build, and it helped him out a little bit get that kill.
Here. Looks like he's headed all the way back. Gonna go grab himself clarity and a TP scroll.
And I think that means he might not go back top. If you're running back and you still have mana for a spell or something, you're probably looking to make a rotation either middle or bottom. Maybe he will just go top. I don't think you can really do anything bottom.
Well, it's the 5-minute runes too, so you want to try to make your movement be a part of that. So, in fact, you see
is
him
going middle.
TP towards the mid lane.
I thought so. It could just be an ice shards. He's going to throw long-range ice shards. The Tiny can just toss him back to the Tusk, who'll stand far away. That's probably what they're looking for.
They have
here.
a double damage rune online for the Tiny too, so if they want to try to make... Oh, never mind.
Smoke
They
for
are
5
going to go
minutes.
top. I think they want to try to mess with Whisper. Go, and the smoke will pop. They realize dropping a ward. Good vision.
That's a good play by Whisper.
That's very smart. So they'll be able to secure themselves that bounty rune.
He 100% knew that Leo style was there. He's like, wait, why isn't this guy middle, and why does smoke just pop on a Tusk?
Yeah.
So he just backs him immediately. It's a good play. 2 for 2 runes.
All right, double damage rune does get popped here by Leo Style. Well, looks like Chris Luck is headed bottom.
Interesting. He just kind of ran down there. He
Hoping
didn't,
maybe that the runes are still there, but there is a ward.
Yep, he
that
hasn't
is
been
spotting
spotted
him.
yet. Not yet. He actually hasn't gone into the blue range yet. They haven't seen him. They have to know he's somewhere, like,
Yeah.
odd, because he's just not middle. He's bottom. This should be a kill. If Tide gets a little too aggressive, you don't even mind dying as Tide here, though. If a Monkey King's forced to rotate, Schofield will go down top, and here they go bottom.
And they're going after Whisper now, too. Now, this is looking like Whisper should be able to get out, but they'll turn their attention out. Benjaz trying to get into that tree line, but the tree line's not going to help you this time, my friend. They have a really nice Tinker ward, and they'll take him out.
Nice rotation there. 4 to 3. I mean, Dire, they've come back a little bit after those first, like, pretty 2 bad kills, and I think that's a shout to Leo style. He's having a really good middle lane now, and top lane. They're finally punishing this last Shrek. Not the highest armor, not the highest HP. You just got to continue to chase after him.
Well, they're trying to make things happen. The Tusk is in the bottom lane. The Wraithfire Blast will connect on him. And Benjaz also TP's down with the Monkey King.
Man, that is a lot of damage
That's
over
a lot
time.
of range, too.
Oh, he could just be in trouble again.
My word. Yeah, Benjaz. Oh, Benjaz. He does have the Ravage skill, though. I don't think you want to blow it. I think you hold on to it.
And they know he hit 6. Like, all it takes is a Ravage and a TP or 2. Tomato will get Schofield up top again. So Tomato, he's starting to have a good game again. After a rough laning phase, he's actually second on last hits denies, and he's scored himself a few kills, too.
More TPs coming out. Tiny's going to make the rotation again. They know that they've got that Ravage, the toss back, and they're going to find themselves a stinger.
Dude, oh, they might get the tower because that liquid fire. Let's
I don't
see.
know. It's pretty close.
No, they're going to get
Yeah,
it. That
they
was
get,
so
no, they don't.
bad.
They don't deny it.
Yeah, I know. That was bad. You knew
Oh,
they wouldn't. The liquid
no.
fire, and they went for the creep instead of just both hitting the deny. That's just a mistake. And it's a pretty big one. That's a lot of team gold.
That is indeed. And we can see they're moving their way back over to the mid lane. Got the shards up, got the snowball, and he did eventually get that tag team like you were talking about, Grant.
Yeah, you have to. It's just so much damage. There's no reason not to get it. The 1-1-1 build, it is very mana costly. You see Tusk only has 300 mana, and all his skills together cost about 300 to cast level 1 of each of them. It's tough.
Chris Luck?
See, he wants to toss him, but the creeps block him. Come on, creeps. Thought we were on a team.
I feel like if you're going to give someone a lot of farm, I feel like Hector is the scarier player.
You think scarier than Tomato? A guy
Yes.
who's played at TI even?
Yes.
Okay. Why is that, do you think?
I just feel like he's got a really good understanding of farming and when to join in on stuff, whereas Tomato, where he's a good farmer, a lot of times Tomato just spends too long
At when
farming.
he should
like,
be fighting.
yeah,
I agree with that.
exactly. Exactly.
I would say I think Tomato has a higher understanding Dota, but I do agree with you the fact that Hector, he will show up to fights, and sometimes as a carry, like, you want to farm,
changes
but
the
your
tide
team.
completely, yeah.
Exactly.
And he actually does pick up that reincarnation at level 6, too.
Yeah, we saw him. He did that yesterday as well. Doesn't even save the point. And well, so far, pretty even. Less than 1,000 gold lead. Lilstyle will pop that bottled up regen rune, getting close to his phase boots. Or does he have them? Yeah, they're on the chicken.
It's coming.
That's big. It's really easy to get on top of this monkey, even with his phase boots.
I mean, this time around, too, what did we see last time with Hector? He got like a 5-minute Midas or
Yes,
something?
he had
so
a 5, because he didn't go, he literally went
didn't
no
go
boots.
right.
He went nothing. He
so
just went
still,
pure
his
Midas.
timing is looking real good for this Midas here.
Yeah, it is. He has had free farm. I mean, Tide can't really do anything. Wraith Fire Blast, very good.
And they did get a kill on him.
Yeah.
So
I do like the skill build, because usually you'll see Wraith Kings go like 2-1-4, even 1-1-4. He goes 3 in a Wraith Fire. The damage over time is very, very strong against Tide, especially with Liquid Fire and Dual Breath as well. They have a ton of damage over time.
it looks like Tomato's just kind of gone off to the jungle for a little bit, and you can see Ancient Apparition and the Tusk going to try to get some experience, pull back this creep wave. I wouldn't be surprised to see them just take down this tower super early on the side of Infamous with what they have here, right? You've got the Liquid Fire, you've got the...
I'm honestly surprised they haven't taken the tower yet. It's still full HP with that. And it is 10 minutes in, but looks like these 10-minute runes, they just want to push the wave in, and now this is going to be the big rune fight. You have the Tidehunter Ravage. We'll see if he TP's top or not, or if he just goes for the bottom ones.
They're starting to place these wards in preparation. They know that they're going in for a push here for sure. Tag team's going to get used by Matthew.
Wow, they're really going to give EgoBoys 3 of the runes for free, possibly 4. Uh-oh, Draken.
No, they'll go and stun up Leo style over here. There's going to be the toss. They've got the spike. Carapace, the jump forward, though, coming out from Chris Luck. He'll be able to go kit himself 1, 2, any more. Maybe Whisper trying to break some ankles. Tomato, he's trying to run. That's a triple kill, but he'll go. He'll use his ultimate, and they'll be able to stun him up, and the double damage on Chris Luck. Ooh, that hurts.
That really hurts. So they did get... they're supposed to get
done.
3 of the bounty.
They're not done. They want this Tidehunter. Yeah, they'll go. They'll land the Boundless. 1, 2, 3.
They're really out of
They're gonna
position.
keep going. There it is. There's the Jingo, but they'll go. They'll pop the Ravage, and now they don't have anything to save this Monkey King as he gets the cold feet, and they just went a little too greedy, I have a feeling, because they chased up on a shrine where people can
Nice
come and
stun,
TP.
though.
And yeah, Schofield, you know, he's good at his positioning. He's good at these stuns. A toss, and he went splat.
Yeah, and well, we talked about that yesterday. You live by the aggression, you die by the aggression. Chris Luck goes from a quad kill to a boneheaded play, but you're still happy with that because you get the 4 kills.
Yeah, I think if he had
And 2
had a
runes.
little bit more discipline there and they had just gone for the tower,
Yeah.
that would have been the better play. But, you know, I'm not a pro player. What do I know?
Schofield is oh no, leech those little creeps so you get level 6 Schofield. Okay, or not, it's whatever. And now he is. He's going over. He's like, oh wait, I did need another creep. I'm literally 2 experience off of level 6. So he does go and leech it. That's big.
There it is.
Here we go. They might just go for an immediate rotation middle or something with it.
You see that Tomatoes. This Ancient Apparition has to be feeling a little nervous because it's starting to get towards that point of time where Nyx Assassin's just going to be hunting him constantly.
Yep, he might just starve. He's either going to sit behind tower or sit behind like Tomato under a sentry ward. You see they have a lot of sentry wards
They
in
do,
there.
yeah.
1 by the triangle and 4 in their own jungle.
They also know that they really value vision on the side of Infamous. Like, they put out a lot of of wards a lot of the time, very early. In fact, we saw it even with the Tinker ward in the bottom lane. That's not something that we typically see that early.
Yeah, but now this Tiny, because of that failed gank top at the runes, he feels bad. You usually want to blink around the 11 to 12 minute mark, and he is still 1,000 off of it now. They are smoked up, Matthew and the AA up top, it looks like. We'll see what they want to do. Oh, this illusion. Hopefully they don't buy the bait since it doesn't break. They won't.
It stumbles a little bit, though.
Yeah.
If they're paying really close attention, maybe they'll notice it, but probably not. Don't see any pings coming out anyways.
And a different build on Jakiro. A lot of the time you actually do just see 2-2-2 build into 2-4-2. People like maxing that Ice Path super early, but he's getting earlier points in the Liquid Fire, probably because he's with that left track.
They know. They saw the courier. They took the courier out. Oh, why didn't you cancel that, Chris Luck? Come on now.
Nice play.
What you
Matthew
doing?
needs that. They do get the tower. They're rotating around, though. They still want to take this fight. Benjez doesn't have Ravage for 10.
No, he's getting chipped down. Nice Ice Path going to connect over onto 2, followed up with the Split Earth Whisper. Now he doesn't have a lot of mana. He's going to try to run himself away. The Ice Blast comes in, the toss, and that's a very dead Whisper. Look at this. He's so low. Benjez sitting at 30-something hit points. And that's another Ice Path coming out. Can they turn this around? Then comes Schofield. He's on the hunt. Might be able to get that stun off over onto Leo Style to be able to take down Matthew. And there's the leap up, though. The Spike Carapace is doing some work over here. The toss, though, they'll go and they'll pop that little bug. There's going to be the Wukong Command. Can they take down Ryzen? It looks like it's going to be a good kill. And now Leo Style. Oh, no. That's a triple kill for Chris Luck.
Damn, Stinger. That was a perfect Ice Path twice in a row. He is playing really well in this
And it's a level
position.
1 Ice Path, too. Like, that value point of it, you know?
Yeah. I do wish he was. I actually pretty sure. Maxing Ice Path is always good, but I do like he's Liquid Fire. He's just pushing towers by himself, and we talked about that. Having a support, someone like a Jakiro, a Rasta, anyone who can push towers by themselves is a pretty hot commodity.
And while all this is going down, Mr. Hector down here, he's got his Midas. He's getting closer and closer to that relic.
And this is the problem. You've had your Ravage up, but you didn't even get to use it that fight, even though you would have liked to. They've only had 1 Ravage, which it did result in 2 kills, but now you're falling behind. They're 3 to 4K down already with a Wraith King free farming. It's going to be tough.
Now, is Ravage one of those skills, because I know you and Lacoste have talked about like the black hole where you just want to use it and just even pick off one person. Would you do the same thing in this particular game? Or is it such a big deal to have it? Like the threat of Ravage is scarier than actually using it?
I don't think so. I think for every ultimate like that, before the 20-minute mark, you just want to use it to get any sort of kill. I think post 20 to 30 minutes, then you think about, like, we got to save it for a team fight. But early game, look, they had a Leshrac and a Jakiro, and they just took top tower at, like, 13 minutes. They're really not pushing that hard, so it's not bad just committing the ulti for a kill.
Schofield spots out Tomato over here. Now, they do have a sentry ward, but, oh, is he going to be able to sneak it? Yeah, he grabs the bounty, and they might be grabbing themselves a kill as well. Nice boundless throws through. He will use his ultimate. There's going to be an Ice Blast being thrown in. We'll be able to connect over onto Schofield. Another Wraith Fire Blast. Matthew, he wants to try to save him. He's not going to be able to do it. They'll follow up with the Ravage, but I think they just turn right back around again. Yeah, again, the Spike Carapace doing so much work, slowing everybody down. Matthew trying to run himself away, but he's just going to get chased down, and in they go, 1 by 1. Oh, Chris Luck! Oh, he's almost able to dodge all of it, but he's not going to be able to as they go for another split Earth Leo style, though. He's breaking some ankles here. Can they find him? That's the big question. Not going to be able to land the stun. They do see him over here in the tree line. As he goes, he blinks forward. Can they find it? Can they get a split Earth off? No, too late.
Nice juke there. Barely gets out. If he dies right there, that Tiny's game's over. Tiny, he has to get kills to stay in this game. He's not someone who just wants to go to a side lane and catch back up. He catches back up by getting kills.
That, you know, that scared me, the way they were all walking in one by one the entire time. I was like, oh, that's never what you want to do. But, I mean, the thing that really kind of hurts, right, is Benjez. He used the Ravage during all that, but they weren't able to take any sort of objectives.
Yeah, it's true.
And that's not the way you want to be using these ultimates. Again, you know, it's all right if you clip, you know, one hero, you get yourself a kill, but you want to be able to translate it into something. Because, again, very high cooldown.
Yeah, they did bring Chris Luck down with it, too, as well. And he's surprisingly second on the net worth chart, just roaming around. And we'll see. They are going to smoke up bottom, so they got to get. You have to at least get the tier 1 tower. Even if you don't get kills bottom, you have to get a tower, because right now you're lagging behind on map control pretty hard.
Schofield. Schofield, he pops it. They have the sentry, but he runs out. They needed the dust.
Back in.
He goes immediately, tries to pop the spy. Carapace will be able to use it. There's going to be a 4-man rotation down here, though. Whisper joining in the fight. The jump forward coming out from Chris Luck. They'll take down Schofield, but that's a big Wukong's command. The haste rune on the Tiny, going to be able to get him out just in the nick of time. Ryzen, though, he's not going to be quite as lucky, as they are still trying to chase after this Tiny, but I don't think you catch him. I think with a haste rune, unless he's getting a little greedy here, actually. Oh, did you just... Oh, you were scot-free, my friend, and you gave it away.
That's bad. That's really,
that's
really
a tip.
bad.
Yeah, I was about to say, like, oh, you... No.
That's a 5K lead now. The Jakiro, he's already been hitting like 6-man ice paths. He's having a good time. He's getting tons of levels.
6-man ice paths.
Yeah, this dude is having a good time.
Did you get the courier then too there, Grant? Is that what you're
Yes,
talking
he did.
about?
He got everything. Whisper just farming. And this is an off-lane Leshrac who's almost third on the net worth. It's almost three green colors on that net worth chart at the top, and that's not a good feeling when you're EgoBoys, who kind of has this better mid-game team fight with AA, Tiny, and Tide.
You have the Radiance online now for the Wraith King too, at about 18 minutes, which is going to make life very, very difficult for the side of EgoBoys. Matthew? No? To grab that ring.
He's actually going to be using that casual belt, the strength he picks every time. Last time we saw him, he just backpacked it, but he's going for the second item, Halberd, this time.
They feel like they're ready to fight. Look at them. They have vision, though. They know that Hector's on his way. Schofield.
Ooh, just
creeping.
Wait for that pipe, Benjes. 300 gold. That pipe makes such a big difference versus Leshrac. I feel you don't want to fight until you get it, but Tomato.
Oh, he wants it.
We'll just run away. Nice job. Tomato knew something was up. There's literally no one showing on the map right now.
He's going to just TP out to the triangle. Keep on farming.
He has the Maelstrom, so it does, you know. I'm glad he's not going to Battlefield. I know Lacoste probably is too. This Phase Boots Maelstrom build is just so much better. You can fight earlier, you get it earlier, and honestly, it's just more damage in fights.
If they could get a pick off on Benjes here, that would be really, really good for the side of Infamous, and you don't have to worry about that Ravage.
It's going to be tough. Schofield it's actually funny. Schofield's kind of lagging behind. He's level 8, while Stinger's almost level 11 on that 5 position. This dude is having a great game.
Schofield was kind of the sacrificial lamb in some of the other games that we've casted, though, where he's, you know, the main initiator, but at the same time, he was dying a lot.
Yep.
This case, you know, he's 0-6 and 10, so...
Still dying a lot, but he's making the kills happen. That's what matters.
Yeah, you know, at the end of the day, it's about, did you win the game? It's not your own personal score.
Oh, full BKB picked up, coming out on the chicken.
Singer walks right underneath that ward. There's the toss up into the air, and pop goes the dragon.
Nice, go middle. 5-man middle. You have the pipe. You have the Vlads on Benjes. They know where Schofield is, too. But he will just invis and run away.
No reason to stick around. But, again, space over here. Hector's completed that Halberd now.
Or just the Sanj.
Or the Sanj, sorry. He's on his way, though. And what do we have on Chris Luck? He's got the Echo Saber, and he's got something coming out. BKB. Wow. He is... there, well, very far.
20-minute runes, let's see.
Oh, can they find a pick-off here? Nice go. They split Earth, the Wraithfire Blast, and in comes a big old snowball, but they've already lost their Tidehunter, and felt like Hector wanted to keep going there for a moment, but
now it
does
hurts.
not have a blink or anything like that just yet.
That's a 3-for-1 rune for,
They're gonna go for
Infamous.
All right, they go right into the Roche, but you don't have to worry about a Tidehunter jumping on you. You've already been hit by that Ice Blast. I like it. I like the way they're playing. They're going after these objectives.
They're playing exactly how they should. You get the Radiance, you just move forward. He does have Hand of Midas.
That Midas, though, I know that's triggering Grant over here.
It's not too bad. This is pretty big.
This is definitely.
Whisper even has the casual Hooded Defiance on his last try going BKB. He's just ready to run in and hit Pulse Nova and do nothing else, which is fun. That's the best part of it. Best way to play a last track.
6K, 7K now, net worth lead at 20 minutes.
And it feels like Infamous, if there's one more bad Ravage, the game honestly could just be over. So this is when it comes down, you can't just use it on one hero anymore. It actually is that important. And this Tiny, he has not really gotten much. He's 8-3-1, and I'm saying I don't feel like he's gotten enough done. That's why like you don't see these middle Tinies, because what does he have? He can combo one hero, and then what do you do in a team fight after? Honestly, nothing.
What do you do when you're going to be disarmed by Wraith King?
That too.
Or the Troll, obviously. BKB does get picked up, though, for Tomato, so, you know.
Get it off, as long as you get it off before you're halberded, because man, that's the worst. When you get halberded and you pop BKB, and you're like, well, I just wasted 4 seconds of my BKB. Whoops. They're going to try to rotate up together.
They have a nice ward here. They
Will
see
go
them
down.
going up.
They needed that.
I don't know.
I
Mixed
feel like
Assassin is not there yet, though.
I feel like both teams. Oh, they're waiting for him. They saw him go invis, I think.
Yeah, they have that Sentry Ward, the toss into the air, and they don't have to worry about Schofield now.
They need a chase. They want to go around.
Oh, the buyback, though. They don't want to give this up just yet. Think about taking a fight around the shrine. Not going to be able to quite land over here onto Lacoste, but he is trapped now thanks to that dual breath. The follow-up with the Wraith Fire Blast. That Macro Pyre is just shredding him onto the side, and they'll fight right into that Wukong's command. It's a very nice Ice Blast, but it's not going to do enough. The BKB coming out from Chris Luck. He's just going to chase down Benjaz. They're going to chase down Tomato. He just wants to get anything. That Pocket Knife going to be able to go and capture Stinger, but he's not going to be able to clean up.
Yep, that's pretty much. I mean, you need the Ravage.
Yeah.
You don't have it for
They're
40
just going to go
seconds.
right up in there. They didn't even lose that Aegis.
Nope.
I don't think you push the bait. Well, they're trying. He's chasing. Dude, this Monkey King is chasing the in base.
Oh, I didn't even see that was still going on. Yeah, Chris
He's
Luck.
dead.
All right, this is classic Chris Luck here.
Nice play.
Just keeps on trucking.
Now they just go to the
Yeah.
base. You have an edict. You do need to be careful if you're Whisper. Hector, he's got another life. Whisper, you do not. We'll see. They're
No,
just
Whisper
gonna go
doesn't seem to
tower.
care, though. He's just like, oh, cool, yeah, I'm going to run right at this Tusk. No
Even dodges
problem.
the ice shard, so his clarity keeps going.
Value, for sure.
This is what we talked about. You use one bad Ravage after 20 minutes, you pretty much just lose the game.
Yeah.
And it wasn't even a bad Ravage. He should have got it off before the BKB, I think, of Chris Luck.
I think
but
they
he
fought
couldn't.
into a choke point, too, and I think that's always very suspect.
They were fighting at their own shrine. The problem was Leo Style was too far away from it. The other four were in the correct position. Leo Style was just a little out of position, and he baited his own team into a fight. He's back up. That range Drax, 49 HP. Luckily, doesn't heal up, so they'll get it eventually. They got the melee. That's what matters. You commit to the melee, you get the melee. Who cares about the ranged?
What's the play here now if you're EgoBoys? What do you want to do? It's a 14K net worth lead.
You wait 50 minutes, and you hope to get a fight. Honestly, you hope to get a 5-man
I don't think they're going to
Ravage.
allow them that, though.
Yep.
I do not think. Like, look at this. Look how aggressive they're playing up. They want to go and just take this other tower.
Yep. You probably just give up this tier 2, but you do know Blue's not there. They saw him with the ward, bottom river, run back up there.
And there's a sentry ward off to the side. They ping it out.
Okay, everyone's middle now. We got some 5-on-5 action, a brewing it looks like. They're pinging the shrine.
They're going everything. They want to get all this vision. Like, they spot Tomato. Uh-oh. Draken, though, sitting on the other side.
Nice
There's going to be the
ice
BKB
shards.
coming out. They do manage to
Oh
block him a little bit longer. The
God.
toss-up into the air. Chris Luck, that Aegis is gone, my friend. But Benjaz is separated from everyone else. Are they going to be able to go for that jump? Over here he goes. He uses that pipe. Ice Path will connect. Man, he has been on point for all of these. And Chris Luck jumps right back down again. He's got that BKB. They want to take down Benjaz. He has the Ravage up. He doesn't want to use it, though. He needs the rest of his team there, and he's not going to survive this time.
There
No
goes-
buyback either.
Yep, there goes the top range. Rex goes down below. Dude, that was such a good play by Matt. I know they're down 16k, but that ice shard to block the entire team out and kill the Monkey King, but he had Aegis, so it didn't matter.
It looks like
a beat
Leo
down.
Style was thinking about TPing to that middle tower and then thought better of it.
Let's see. This is it. 30 seconds. Tide's alive. I think they'll just go bottom and get that last tier 2. They should.
Might as well.
No reason not to. You can end the game after that if you get one more push. You can take all the Raxes.
And they've got such good push potential. In fact, Whisper's not even over there. He's looks like he's gonna probably grab himself another bounty rune.
Draken will scoop that rune up, so they gain a little bit of vision.
They don't have their Monkey King right now.
He's there super quick, though. He's got
That's
the
true.
tree dance
That's
cast
true.
range. He's there now.
Yeah, all right.
Dude, he moved. Yeah, that talent is so insane. He just jumps across half the map in like 5 seconds. Whoa.
What's going on? Okay, they do spot out Schofield. He's nice force staff down to that bottom. And Matthew was just hanging out. Oh no, Matthew's stuck on the cliff over there. Now Benjaz, he still has that Ravage. He'll go, but it doesn't matter. Chris Luck, he has the BKB. There's gonna be a nice Ice Blast gonna land over onto Whisper and Stinger, but they have a pipe, so it doesn't matter too much. They do spot out that the Monkey King's up in the air here. Spots out Draken as well. They're just gonna back off, wait for that Ice Blast to end as they find a Tomato over here on the side. Hector, he wants it. He's looking for him. And oh, there's going to be the BKB coming out here from Tomato, and there's going to be the jump forward again. This is not looking great right now. They'll be able to take down Hector. Chris Luck is here, though, and they're looking. They might be able to go. No, they'll go throw the Tiny into the snowball. Benjaz has been left behind. He doesn't have an ultimate anymore, so I guess that's an okay sacrifice, as they do manage to take down Leo style. The buyback happens almost immediately. They still see Matthew. Matthew is trying to get himself away, but that ice path slows him down, and Chris Luck, they call GG. First game of this best of 3.
Yep.
Going to the side of Infamous.
So I guess it looks like all pretty much, I think everyone on this panel said Infamous and Pain do look like the two best teams. And we were wondering, EgoBoys, you know, they beat Thunder Predator 2-0 yesterday. Maybe they had like something bigger happen, but this is pretty much what we saw when they played earlier. Infamous just kind of beats down EgoBoy, and they just look like an overall better team.
Well, they have more experience in some ways, right? Playing as a team. We talked about Tomato. You know, he's played out in Europe. He's played at an international level. But these guys have 2. At least 3 of them. Actually, no, because I'm trying to remember. Schofield and Stinger, have they?
Yeah, they've been international.
Yeah, they've gone international. So
at least Schofield has. I'm not sure about Stinger.
They're playing really well as a team together, and I think you can really see that advantage coming through. But we're going to welcome back astronaut Lacoste here. Lacoste, tell us, what's your expert analysis on this game?
Hello, friends.
Hello.
Yeah, hello.
Hello.
Every single time I see EgoBoys play with big ulti cooldowns, I feel like they just lose their games. It felt like actually 2 versus 5. It felt like Tusk and Tiny were playing while Timato was just farming on the stroll. Tidehunter really did not have a game and no one to play with. The first Ravage was used to get the kill on this Monkey King, who was overextending. That was bad from Chris Luck, but man delivered after.
Yeah,
like they had a really fast lineup that is not cooldown reliable, and I don't think you give this guy Raid King anymore.
Agreed.
Like,
no.
this hero is insanely good. You get Hand of Midas every time the Skellies are up. You just use them, keep farming. Also, that Belt of Giant Strength, I think that's his signature thing.
Yes, no one better take that. That's his thing. Or you have to give him a shout every time you do it. That's the trademark. But I agree. I know his Sven's very good, but Wraith King is way more active than Sven in the fact that you can farm while your hero is doing something else. The skeletons are just killing the jungle while you're fighting with your team. It's
you can
an insanely
farm
good hero.
while you're dead.
Yeah. It's actually insanely good. I think they will first ban that hero. I think you should, or you pick it yourself. They could have second banned it because it was a second phase pick actually for the Wraith King.
But if you do that, what do you allow to slip through instead? Because
Sven.
Okay.
I like Sven because Sven is it's a much more greedy version of Wraith King where he doesn't honestly ever want to go to fights till he's like 3-4 slotted. He wants to farm the jungle alone. Wraith King loves going to fights. You get a Radiance, he's online. As simple as that, because you have 2 lives, you don't need an extra
I'm just
item.
wondering, though, because there are a lot of heroes right now, especially, you know, Omni Knight, Io, Spirit Breaker. Like, those are 3 bans right off the bat. And then you've got very specific
No IO
bans,
bans.
right?
I don't think
Well, no. I'm saying that,
one.
well, I know they play Io.
Yeah,
so
but
that's something you have to
to
keep in. No. I'm saying, like, in the future, though. If you have those 3 bans, if those are things that you need to watch out for, you also have to watch out for the Wraith King, Whispers Silencer, Whispers Enchantress. Like, you let things through then.
Yeah.
Infamous just
That's always
played.
noted, though.
That is,
played
but like, what do
better.
you value higher? Like, what's the big thing? Do you just not care about IO? Since you said, you know, in the past they have not.
No, I don't think so. I think South American IOs are probably the weakest region. Obviously, they do still win games with it, but
I mean,
think
Matthew's
that's
a
why it lets
fantastic
through.
IO too.
He is, but still, like, if you're comparing like a Hector Wraith King to like an IO by Matthew, you're always going to be more scared of like
Yeah,
the core
right.
players.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, their vision game was insane. You have Nyx Assassin, you have Monkey King. Also, their warding was on point, and overall, just feel like the game sense that they have, the way that this game should be played, is better on Infamous side. And I don't even think that Pain Gaming will give them much of a trouble.
You think Infamous get a
I
3-1,
think
3-0?
Infamous
Okay.
is just the best out of these 3 teams.
Damn, I like that. I like what we hear. So, yeah, as you said, we've already pretty much the bans. They're going to be important because you're always going to give Hector a hero he likes. Chris Luck. It's actually crazy. It feels like his hero pool isn't as small as like even other regions because I know that was his big problem. Right? Like, oh, Ember, Monkey King. What else does he play?
TA
but
is his
so
biggest.
far, yeah, and he doesn't even. Now that hero kind of got nerfed
Yeah,
in the
got nerfed
laning
pretty
phase,
badly.
we might still see it, but I doubt it. So I'm excited. Game 2. It's going to be coming up shortly, though.
Yeah,
So.
we're going to take a quick break, though, and when we come back, we'll have game number 2. We'll see, can Infamous go and just 2-0 this, or is EgoBoys going to come back? We'll find out soon.